Hi, and welcome to Star Lighthouse. I'm Prashant, and this is your weekly reading for Sun, Moon, Venus in Scorpio. This is a general reading, so I hope you can take whatever message resonates with you and leave everything else behind. If the reading does connect with you, there's an extended to it. The link for that extension is below in the description box. I hope you like the reading. If you do, please do like, subscribe, and share. That would be very helpful. Thank you. So Scorpio, happy birthday to all those with birthday in this week, in the second week of November. I hope the first week was exciting for you. And this week is even more. So let's think of whatever you're thinking of, like a thought that's bothering you the most, or the question that drew you to this video. Think of that thought or that question. Take a deep breath. Try to focus on that thought or question. Maybe this reading has an answer for it. Alright, Scorpio, let's see what's going on in the second week of November. 8 of Coins. Looking for achievements, being blocked by 6 of Coins, philanthropy, or maybe a perception about how far you have come. And philanthropy would change a perception. Past situations, Fool energy, mind's ambition, Ace of Swords, clarity. Heart's desire, 9 of Chalices, looking outward for romance. Future situations, 5 of Wands, conflict, or it could be like serious discussion. With its Ace of Swords and that 9 of Chalice energy, it could be a serious, moving towards a serious discussion. Suggested advice or action, Queen of Swords, choose diplomacy, being compassionate and like generous from when you are in this discussion, in this conflict, in this context for the suggested advice. 9 of Chalices, being emotionally stable, like a very stabilized leader, someone who understands all the emotions and can very diplomatically and discerningly act. It's like you can convey the right message with like hurting the least amount of feelings on the other side in getting a message across. And that could also be, so 6 of Coins generally point towards like a philanthropy side, being philanthropic with your own energy, with your own power. So 8 of Coins is like you're looking at your achievements, how far you have come, and you're trying to compare, like trying to find contentment inside it. And that's where this reading is pointing towards, is like you may not be fully appreciating the empathic power you have. You may not be fully appreciating that the kind of message you spread across and how appreciated it is. Hopes and fears, Sun, connecting to your own life, spreading that light, and potential outcome, 2 of Chalices, using that to find your desired love. That's with this romantic energy. I think there's a balance coming across as to not fully understanding who you are to fully becoming a Sun. There's a balance, there's a transition phase going on. And this Five of Wands, which generally refers towards like a conflicting or a chaotic conversation, a tough conversation. And one way of looking at a hard conversation coming your way is, whoa, like maybe you're not ready for it. But with this Ace of Swords, you seem to know, you seem to fully understand who you are and what you are seeking in this love relationship coming towards you. And you know the right questions that you want to ask. You know what your expectations would be, and you at the same time have this Queen of Swords, like it's suggested to you, go into this Queen of Swords mode where you're also compassionate and generous to the other side. And you don't try to, like being so smart and intellectual about emotions, you don't try to change the perception of it in any way. Like you don't get stuck in the idea that you want to be in that relationship, and that's why you're changing your answers or you're changing your own opinions about it. Rather, you understand what your expectations are going in, and if these expectations are met, that's very well. Then you can go ahead and proceed with it. If not, then sooner or later, because of that, some or the other expectation not being met, you might take that relationship into a dead end. So rather than getting there towards a later stage, why don't you start becoming completely aware about who you are and what you're seeking in a relationship? And the second aspect of this reading was where it's pointing towards there is a feeling of lack inside you. It's because of you not being able to completely understand your achievements. There is like a feeling of lack of self-love, because you previously or even now used to, like you're judging yourself from the perception of your material possessions or your social appraisal recognition. And that also in terms kind of comes from your material possession, like how, like the kind of home you live in, the cars you drive. There's like a feeling of comparison over there. And the other side of you is that you are very compassionate and empathic as a person, and you're able to listen to other people's feelings and give them the right advice. Not being able to fully love yourself, or not being able to fully appreciate yourself, not being able to realize your empathic power, like how much people really cherish your presence, like how well you listen to their emotions and how well you give them like a very honest opinion and like a very well, like not overly critical judgment, but rather like a very well sane advice. And that lack of understanding has created this lack of self-love now, which you have been like, so kind of that lack of self-love has stopped you from getting the right relationship towards you. That lack of self-awareness or your expectations not being met in the past, and then you keep changing them or lowering them down, and then being stuck in negative or wrong relationships, creating further lack of self-love. So that cyclical effect has in a way stopped this true relationship coming your way. All that's needed in this moment is for you need to completely realize your empathic self, your true power, your true nature, your ability to connect with other people, their emotions, tell them and give them a sane, right, honest advice, not being too judgmental, too critical with them, rather being compassionate and like very patient listener. That is very well appreciated. Once you start realizing your true power, you'll find more self-confidence, self-love for you. You would realize that your presence is like loved by other people. That would bring in the right awareness for self, and self-love that can be further projected outwards to find the right romance for you. So growing yourself in this phase is very important. Growing yourself from this previously like just focusing on work or social status or material status, and then trying to transition towards this new relationship, and by the way, which requires this hard conversation about beliefs and like how you have previously led life and how you would like to honestly shine your light, like, and live with it. Say previously might not have lived to your true expectations, not being met, things not met in past, or being lowered by the people, or being pushed down by the people. You kept lowering your expectations, self-worth, self-desire, self-love. All that self-lowering had brought you to this moment where you cannot honestly find your achievements and love for yourself, blocking all the love coming in from outside the relationship you're seeking. So that's getting blocked right now because there is a conversation required where you need to find a common ground with beliefs, but without being completely aware of self, your expectations, and what you want in that relationship. That conversation will become really hard, as completely not suggested. For you to get there to that conversation to start, in order to start that relationship or allow that relationship to come in, to get to a space where that relationship can come in, you have to become completely self-aware. You have to find self-love, self-affection for yourself. It cannot come from outside. There's no one else can give you that. It's within you. And that honestly can come from understanding how special you are, how special your empathic abilities are, how truly loved and cherished you are by other people. But you have to find all these feelings inside. If you keep seeking these feelings outside, it's like then the source has, like, there's connection, you're outsourcing that value to someone else. So take your own value, your own self inside, find the self-awareness, self-connection, find your self-love, self-appreciation, understanding of your value in the society, understanding that you're truly appreciated, understanding that appreciation would bring in like a lot of self-confidence. The feeling of lack of deserving, that would go away. All that feeling of lack, push that away by understanding who you are, who you truly are. And once you realize that, you'll find the self-awareness. That self-awareness brings you so much confidence, so much like innate trust in yourself, that all the conversations you would be able to assert yourself. All the conversations you'll be able to diplomatically handle, and handle all the emotions in it like you always have had. That relationship seems to be coming in. You just need to get to that space. And then don't worry about this hard conversation about belief systems, about family systems, or like difference in culture, whatever that might be blocking that relationship. Your awareness would get you through that conversation, but this awareness needs to be reached. That's your own growth phase. No one else can help it. You have to find that awareness inside you. Take some deep meditations. Try to connect to your mind and heart. Take some deep meditations. Try to find some meditation exercises on YouTube about 7 chakras. Try to take those. Take some deep meditations. Connect to your heart and feelings. Connect to your mind and its thoughts. Allow all of them to get connected to each other. and find the clarity. So to summarize your general reading, a positive loving relationship is coming towards you. You're in a phase where you're transitioning from not being fully appreciative of your energy, staying in this fool's energy, where you're constantly trying to find self-worth, self-value, self-love from outside, rather than seeking that inside. A feeling of all this lack of deserving self, lack of self-love, lack of self-affection has taken to a phase where all the relationships that you previously had kept lowering your expectations, kept falling below your expectation, and kept broken off. The literal requirement in this time is for you to find this awareness, a self-awareness, what you're looking for. Try to find that answer inside you, what your honest expectations are. Don't try to undervalue you. Believe that you're truly appreciated by people around you and the society around you. They love your empathic abilities, they love your patient listening ear, and your sound sane advice. Use that feeling to fill your own love, fill your own affection, and then find this awareness. Take time to connect to your mind and heart, take some meditation time. Once you find self-love, self-affection, clear up this negative baggage about you, finding that romance outside, that honest love is coming towards you. There will be a hard conversation before that relationship can move in. It will be about beliefs, it will be about family values, shared beliefs and all. But don't fear that conversation. Your self-awareness will get you through it. Get to your own sun, get to your own light, and then shine. Remember to be compassionate, diplomatic, and your charismatic self. Good things coming your way. Go through this growth chapter. I hope this reading connected with you. And if it did, there is an extended to it. In the extended, I will look at your current overall energy, how you're feeling in the moment. How can we further make you appreciate yourself? Messages from Oracle and timing behind this relationship working in. All of that, we will look in the extended. If you would like to join me there, the link for that is below in the description box. Thank you for joining me in this reading, and have an amazing week.